getting near 50, and I was like, I'm sick of guest houses and hotels and travelling all the time, being on the M6 in the tailback. But I just really want to kind of stop and do something in Liverpool, and it was about 2003. We were talking about city of culture, and we said, well, Liverpool might be a city of culture. I was thinking, oh, we could do something. Like, we took the same idea of, like, instead of musical instruments, we took like a building, a bombed out church. Nobody's ever done anything with it. Everyone was too scared to come anywhere near it, because it was all, like, surrounded by junkies and homeless guys and drunkards, and a lot of people getting raped and murdered and stuff in the ground. So the council were quite keen on something happening here. So I said, well, yeah, got to see how it goes. Will it be like Glastonbury? And I'm like, well, yeah, Glastonbury for old people. Which is a really nice thing, because older people and younger people don't really talk that much.
No.
So it's the breakdown, like the families. Like when I was a kid, you know, you talk to your nan or your granddad all the time.
You knew everyone in the street.
Yeah, and everyone's much more insular now, so it's great because it gets people talking, coming to the same event.
London would have as much of an impact as it does if it was in a different location in Liverpool, or do you think it's because of where it is, like, central to the city?
That's a good question. It's where it is.
Yeah.
It's where it is. I think if it was in Kensington, it probably would have been demolished. Yeah. I mean, the council ended up owning it in 1968. The council bought it in the 60s from the Church of England, because the Church of England didn't know what to do with it. They were like, we've got this church, we don't, you know, there's all these people hanging around here. We don't know what to do. And the council said, oh, we'll take it over. So they compulsorily purchased it, and then they were going to build a motorway right through the middle of it. Yeah. Leave the tower intact. And the tower's actually the worst bit, really. You've seen that side of the tower.
Yeah.
The inside the tower is in a similar state. And that was such an unpopular idea that they shelved that. And then again in the 80s, they were going to build a ring road linking the motorway to the city centre.
Yeah.
And they knocked down the importance to actually make it a memorial to memorial activities.
Yeah.
To remember the sacrifices that people went through. You can see big gaps on Ball Street where there's modern stuff.
Yeah.
That's where a bomb's landed. This area is the most undeveloped area, I guess, of Liverpool, of the city centre.
I like it this way.
I mean, when I was little, this wasn't thought of as the city centre.
No.
Even though it's Liverpool 1, this was thought of as not town. Town didn't begin until you got into Ball Street.
Yeah.
Ball Street was on the edge of town.
Yeah.
And town's kind of come out. So now town starts at like Catherine Street and, you know, college, and there's like old ladies and families as well as students. You know, there's families that have been there a long time, and so we have to be kind of in harmony with them to not piss them off too much.
Yeah, so they don't complain.
You know, and don't live in town if you don't want to have noise.
Yeah.
You have to like accommodate and say, okay, you've been here a long time. What time do you go to bed? I go to bed at 10, so I mean, it's not just the building that's regenerated when you do stuff like this. Like the guys that were knocking before, they're like a couple of homeless guys and they volunteer. And they've got skills, like two of them laid this, it's a bit wonky, but the path, this path wasn't here before. I didn't know how to do it. And they said, give us something to do. So, do you know anything about laying paths? Yeah, so they kind of came in and did that, and do bits of gardening and clearing up, and so it kind of keeps them occupied.
Yeah.
But it also gives them a different focus apart from just getting hammered. When you regenerate a building, it's the effect that it has on the people.